world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And we are underway here on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with Samuels. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. They'll look to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 39. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are?
Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Black Knights are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Booker. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
But you look at this defense.
Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season. But if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. On the draw, it's Booker. Pushing through the contact. There he goes, left side. Inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And really, it's worth talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top two seeds in the NFC. I think they're the two best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top two teams in the NFC.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat, like the guys
I like
in the
that.
circle?
I like that, yeah. Just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm is going forward, incomplete pass. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Back to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a give running right is Samuels. And he stopped immediately there. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Cards are going to get the football back at their own 17. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Booker. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 84 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Samuels. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Now back to throw. Down inside the 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Evan Ingram. His 9th touchdown of the season. And his guys have taken the lead. Ryland on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. Couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some...
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He finds his man complete. That's Mullins. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. He'll look to throw.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Back to throw here.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. The Cardinals hit 12-1 now to start play, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Up the middle with Booker. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But if the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And the tight end goes in motion left. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
On first down, it's Samuels. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Staying on the ground with Samuels. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. Straight ahead running. Here's Samuels. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there, with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Black Knights have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Now Ryland for the PAT.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
On first, again, they go with Bunker. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Running again, and again it's Bunker. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Out of the gun now on third down. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Here we go, shot.
They're going to try and throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
He finds his man complete. That's Mullins. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw again. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 19 yards away. And the Cardinals have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. opportunity, you could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Pickens on the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Right side to Watson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And complete once again. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd down and a yard. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now this time he'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Cardinals 14.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there. Team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Booker on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Mullins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Back to throw. And this one too low.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Back to throw again. That is caught. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Booker. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
2nd and 9 now. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it, but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
They're going to look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. To the right side and intercepted. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And their defense just helped him out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them, because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 71 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll look to throw here. A quick throw there is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. On the handoff, it's Samuels. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Christian Watson with career touchdown number 207, just one shy of Jerry Rice's all-time mark of 208. And the Black Knights are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender. Well, these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. They'll hand it off now to Samuels. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll look to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 40 yards. And the Black Knights add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Ryland on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And bulldozing his way through. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt off.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Micah Parsons in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Now 3rd down and very long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Mullins. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, give them credit. They're going to stay and fight this out to the end. 4th down, you've got to go for it. And they not only convert, but pick up some good yardage as well.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Samuels. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Here is 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Samuels again. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Anthony Schwartz, 68 yards. And the Black Knights are closing in on a 14-0 record as they extend their lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Cardinals 21.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there for Arizona. 41 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey McBride, 29 yards. And the Cards are able to cut into that deficit. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere, they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns them there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time, the tight end gets them.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Jet sweep. Here's Pickens with it. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 2nd down and 4. That one looks like he'll throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. This is Samuels. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. They go play action here on 1st down. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Looking to throw. Looking deep downfield. Touchdown! Anthony Schwartz with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Black Knights extend their fourth-quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Extra point by Ryland up and good. And the lead is now 24. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Second down and 3.
Cowboy 80. Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Track at 60.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Mullins. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points.